Let's do some drilling down on drills. Let's get started. Welcome to the Armed Citizen channel, where you and I will discuss the finer and mostly undiscussed points of being an armed citizen. If you find my content valuable to you, please like, share, and subscribe, and maybe even drop a few coins in my tip jar to feed my ammo habit. Let's get on with it. All right. What is a drill? Well, a drill is a critical component that is used to help us assess our skill levels, because that's what a drill is. It is meant to measure and quantify actions. And you do assessment skills, and then you can repeat those skills after doing your IDIC badge and changing one thing to see if you can do those skills better or not so good than your baseline. The measurement and quantification of these skills will tell you how you're doing on all of the skills. And the skills that you can measure are: how fast can you draw and shoot? How accurate you are. Can you transition from one target to another? How fast can you fire, also known as split times? How fast you can reload. And decision making, right? Shoot, no shoot targets, or you have to figure out who to shoot. And not all drills will do all of these. In fact, the best drills are only going to let you measure 2, maybe 3 of these skills at best. This way you get to see what's going on. So some of the I have a repertoire of drills that I regularly rotate through. As far as my total catalog of drills, I have, of course, the 121 drills in my handgundrills.com training book. I've also acquired, probably at least 40 or 50 skills from various YouTube channels or websites, and those are for rifle and pistol. So I go through them. I go through them all. And you have to objectively assess, and once you find out what you're doing wrong, where you're coming up short on the skills, then it falls to you to figure out why, and from there improve it. One of my favorite skills right now, one that I always do as first thing on the range just to warm up, is drill number 1 for the handgundrills.com book, and that is called effective distance. You are given a 7-inch target, or you use a 7-inch target. You already have it. No one gives it to you. And you hang it out at 3 yards, and you put 3 rounds into it. Then you move it back to 5 yards, and you put 3 rounds into it. And you continue this process: 5 yards, 7 yards, 10 yards, 15 yards, 20 yards, 25 yards, until you miss. The drill stops when you don't have one of those 3 shots inside that 7-inch circle. And what that does is that will tell you, A, your effective distance, and B, what you're doing wrong. If you're missing low and left, you probably have a trigger control. This is not a timed fire, so your grip is not coming into as a factor because there's no follow-up shot. Grip only matters when you want to have a second shot quickly. So it helps you with just trigger control. Another drill is what's known as the bill drill. And this one is you draw and you put 6 rounds into a target at 7 yards. This will teach you accuracy and rapid fire and drawing. Another drill is, this one is my first drill, and that is the El Presidente. And we're actually going to go out to the range here in a bit, and I'm going to shoot an El Presidente so you can see what I'm doing. I have 7 drills just right off the top of my head that I rotate through from handgun drills, and then there's another 5 or 6 that I also rotate through in the rest of the catalog that I have collected. And maybe in a later video I'll go through all of them. But just remember, you want to use something like your Mantis Laser Academy or paper targets and a timer if you want to do it live fire, and you use this information to see where you're falling short. We should always train where we suck at things, where we are terrible at things, so we can improve those skills. And by eliminating the bad spots in our skills, we elevate all of them, believe it or not. So I saw a video the other day. It's an old video of one of the professional competitive shooters, Rob Leham. He did an El Presidente in 4.83 seconds, and he got 2 Charlies. So for says here, according to my math, a hit factor of 11.9. Let me see if I can blow the doors off of Rob Leham. Hey there, everybody. Welcome to my dry fire range, where I'm going to show you how badly I can do an El Presidente. If you don't know what an El Presidente drill is, it was developed by Colonel Cooper. You can look it up. There are so many people that are going to do this better than me. The course of fire is you have 3 man-sized targets, 1 yard apart. This is scale yards, so I'm talking a little less. The shooter, that's me. I'm going to be standing right here, which is 10 scale yards. I'm going to start facing away, and I'm going to be in what's called the surrender position, where my wrists are above my shoulders. At the beep, I'm going to turn and engage each target with 2 rounds, do a slide lock reload, and then engage each target again with 2 rounds. The object here, Colonel Cooper's standard, is all 12 are A-zone hits, and it's done under 10 seconds. Now, us lesser beings have to use Virginia scoring so we can get above a passing grade, which is a hit factor of 6. So today I am using my CERT pistol, and I have a CERT magazine for my spare. So I'm going to walk down there. I'm going to hit the start button on my Mantis Laser Academy, and we're going to get this drill started. And that's how you do one. Now we're going to go back to the office and look at my quantifications. Hey everyone, welcome back from our little trip down to the range, and let's go ahead and take a look and analyze my results. Well, first of all, I did get 12 hits. 11 of them were in the A zone. I did drop number 4. That was my second shot on my second target. I'm actually kind of pumped about that because I was using the IPSC target with the rectangular A zone, looking at the way, excuse me, looking at the way the hits were grouped, I probably could have done the IDPA target with the 8-inch circle for an A zone. So let's go ahead and take a look and break down the analysis of this drill and see what we can learn from it. So first of all, I have a 2.7 seconds from the buzzer until I fired my first shot. That is not an unusual number. It's a little better than most. It's not my best. My best so far has been 2.27 seconds, but it's not out of the range. And of course, these drills are only snapshots. You need several of them to determine a trend. So then we can look at our follow-up shots, right? We have the first shot and the second shot on each target. We have split times averaging about 34 hundredths of a second. Now, I'm happy with that because, you know, the professional shooters on YouTube and Rumble and stuff, they're talking about quarter-second split times. I'm perfectly happy with this time. In fact, if I tried pushing it too much faster, the Mantis Laser Academy would probably not recognize all of the shots. So perfectly happy with that. I know I can do better. I don't want to in this setting. The next thing I wanted to talk about is the transitions. This is where I need, excuse me again, this is where I need a lot of work because I can see that I'm taking up all over 3/4 of a second to go from target to target. And that should be down around half a second or less. So this is something I know I need to work on. My highest or my longest transition was actually the first one from target 1 to target 2. That took just a little over a second. And my quickest was my last one, which was 68 hundredths of a second. The last thing here is my reload time, which was 3.53 seconds. I know I can do better than that. I already have the scores showing that I do better than that. I kind of think it's because this was my cold run. I hadn't done any warm-up runs prior to this. So, you know, that's really the best way to test your skills. So this is another point that I need really to work on. I do a drill where I do 5 shots, and it's the holster draw drill on the Mantis Laser Academy. But what I do is I start with my pistol in my hands, fully extended, and when the beep goes off, I drop the magazine, reload the one from my belt, represent, and fire a shot. And that's my time. Let's see here. I think I have that spreadsheet. I've been averaging under 3 seconds pretty much the last several times I have done this drill, which I do, sets of 5 runs and then average them. And my last couple have been 2.84, 2.95, 2.88. So I know I need practice here to get that 3.43 down to around 2.5. My best run, I think, was 2.52 seconds. So practice, practice, practice. In fact, I think right after I get done with this video, I'm going to go practice some reloads. I need to go get that done. And just remember, when you do practice and you're having to improve a skill, do it the DeLorean way, which is you start very slowly and you gradually go faster and faster. You give yourself time to analyze what you're doing wrong when you're moving slowly. That way you can correct it while you're moving a little faster, and then when you hit full speed, you're doing it the way you should. So we got a lot of information off of this one drill, and like I said, this is just a snapshot. After I have 5 or 10 or 15 of these drills, I can go ahead and start looking at the trend as far as if I'm getting better or if I'm getting worse. So this is why drills are so important. Go forth and drill. Y'all have yourselves a wonderful day. Thank you for watching the entire video. If what I discussed here was valuable to you, I ask that you like, share, and subscribe, and maybe drop a few coins in my tip jar to keep me in ammo. Thank you.